EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. A few minutes ago, it sounded like the 4th of July on the National Mall as the hometown Redskins were introduced to this sold-out crowd. They are set to go as their guys will match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Here we go. This is Pittsburgh. Will.
And come on out here. Come get some. Come get some.
Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now Peterson. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. And he finds McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to the ground, Peterson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 13-yard line.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
1st down, here's a run with Peterson. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Haskins to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. From 6 yards away. And the Redskins take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive.
You know good as well as I do. You would take it.
That was a really good opening drive on a number of fronts. 10 plays, very methodical, set the tone.
So you know right now, if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're on the sideline saying, okay, what do we have to dial up in order to get off the field a lot faster? Because both sides are out there for 10 plays, but one side comes off energized, and the other side comes off with some questions.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Wait, what happened?
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Yeah.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
No, I take my L's. Matter of fact, the game before this, man, I just lost, like 31?
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman.
31-0.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
You got three down.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
KC, Rams, and Dallas.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. He completes it to Jones. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
That's probably why I lost 31-0. No, I've never heard of. Wait, hold on. Is that what's Rocket League? I've heard of it.
Now it's Ryan. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal.
You said it was soccer.
Chances are good. He's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that that could be a
and that's
really,
when you
really
like
frequent
kicking the balls
combination.
around and trying to score goals and stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Defense may be thinking pass. They come out in the nickel on 3rd and goal.
Here we go.
To throw is Ryan. And that'll be hauled in by the tight end. It's
And I was
Hooper
looking
for the
at him too. I
Falcon
said, man, he's
touchdown.
coming here too.
4 yards on the touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
I'm
this is fielded a couple yards deep.
I don't really like using safeties.
And all that work, but he stopped
sometimes
where
I use
ultimately
linemen
would have
too.
been, and he's simply taken
like
a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Likes to scramble, then I'll probably use a lineman or something just because I'm in coverage. I'd be so focused on coverage.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last.
Adrian Peterson, he's at the 50, the 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Adrian Peterson. 75 yards, and the Redskins have taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7 as they come up 1st and 10. The run there on 1st down gets him a yard to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
Didn't happen on that play.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards the pickup there.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Ryan's throw caught by Jones. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A nice pickup there, 18 yards. 1st down, Falcons. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Play action. It's Ryan. We'll find Jones again, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
You got him.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this 1st half.
No!
And he's
I came up too fast.
Receiver, it's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones there to make the grab as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
Like a lot of my losses
able to
have come
on the extra
from
point.
like literally
We've got a tie game here in a back and forth 1st half.
Minute of the 4th quarter. Like, and I will lose by like maybe a touchdown, 3 points, 2 points.
This
like,
one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Okay. So what do you, when you go to practice, what do you normally set your stuff? Do you run like random plays, or do you go like play-to-play, like run plays or like short.
The Washington
plays,
offense at
like,
the
what do you
line
do?
and ready to roll. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
I'm coming. Hey, three.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
We got. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Rush in. Go.
3rd down. Here's Haskins, eluding the pressure right.
Ah, shoot.
And it's going
I
to be
didn't mean to do
incomplete.
that. I
He
did
was
not
able
mean
to
do
catch it
that.
there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. Kenyon Barner, deep for Atlanta. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
Yeah, like teams like the Buccaneers and the Cardinals, I mean, like people don't really give them as much credit as they should get on this game. Like they're actually pretty good.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
I mean, I rarely see anybody play with the Redskins either.
Play action. Ryan. Jones has it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 1st down, Ryan. He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Julio Jones once again the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back. But that's one step in the proper direction.
On 2nd and 10, Ryan. This complete to Jones.
I'm going to catch that
and they're
one
going to have
time.
another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 40. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Ryan now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Again, Ryan. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected, but a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about some...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack coming from Adrian Claiborne off the edge.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Vernon Davis. Incomplete. Coverage by Keanu Neal.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Haskins. Uncorks one for Davis.
Get it.
And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Incomplete. Demonte Casey on the coverage.
Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
If they was to
So
get
this
rid
punt
of
sails
him,
out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line.
But knowing the Redskins,
So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
From the 27, Ryan. And his throw here's incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Yeah. Because I'm telling you, I'm way better, man.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. 14 yards there on a Falcon first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s,
it's like
you're
I'm catching
still playing receiver,
I see
but
it really
you're
late,
around that
and
long
then
at that
it's like
position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. It's caught at the 10.
No, he didn't jump.
Touchdown, Falcons. Russell Gage, 59 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Like, when he comes back, I mean, we're happy.
On 2nd and 9, Haskins. That's complete to his tight end
I did have
Sprinkle.
a touchdown, but I panicked.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Panicked. And that's another thing, like, I've been working on was trying to.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. Haskins will throw. Open man, it's Vernon Davis. That one good for 24 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4. At the Falcons' 41-yard line.
From the 41, Haskins. And finding Davis here, the tight end. That goes for a gain of 31.
Hey, he be
We
working
love our
for me,
jobs.
though.
And pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big
They
game.
got money. Dan Snyder has money.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. On 1st down, it's Haskins. This will be caught at about the 6. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown,
But no, I'm definitely
Washington.
going to work on that one.
Adrian Peterson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied at 21. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
You got to appreciate a good game, right?
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a
what,
touchback,
though?
and it comes
I
out
mean,
to
if
the
you watch like the
25-yard
Redskins
line.
games, the Redskins are a huge tight end team. So as far as like the plays that I am running, just tight end after tight end, run tight end, like that's literally how they operate in real life too. And they score and they move the
About
ball.
set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the third quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. With that incompletion, a chance to mention the awards now with the season over. Lamar Jackson, as we speculated, he's the MVP. Coach of the Year, John Harbaugh, Lamar's coach. Michael Thomas, Stephon Gilmore, offensive and defensive players of the year, offensive and defensive rookies of the year. That went to Kyler Murray and Nick Bosa. And the comeback player of the year, Charles, Ryan Tannehill,
Right
no
there.
surprise there.
Not to mention the #1 award that the NFL gives out, the one that they give the most, that credence isn't the right word, the most attention to, and the one that they want trumpeted the most.
Yeah.
That's the Walter Payton Man of the Year, because that represents the totality of a player in the NFL, not just what they do on the field, but off the field as well. And that goes to Calais Campbell, the defensive tackle for the Jacksonville Jaguars. What a great award. Congratulations, Calais.
Ryan now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
21.
Now Ryan. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now at FedEx Field. All even as we get ready to start the 4th.
Best left guards in the league. Like, what are y'all doing? But then also, too, it's like, I mean, it's like he's getting up there in age, too. So it's like eventually, I mean, we're going to have to let him go. But Rivera, I mean, he's coming in cleaning house. So I'm curious.
They're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Ryan to throw. Complete to Jones. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
There. So is that a play like you developed, or you just came across everybody that you played like it's just been a home run every time?
The Redskins on 3rd down, putting an extra man here in the secondary. From the gun, it's Ryan.
What?
And that is incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there.
How, dude? How?
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
It's just me and you.
The Falcons will go for it. It's Ryan. Caught by Jones. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the Redskins' 47-yard line.
You say you...
At 25. 53.
Here's Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Yeah. But
possibly a turning point. Big
really
play coming. This is 3rd and long.
State.
Ryan. He completes it to Jones. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 28.
I bet I'm going to get
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Because I'm there. Yeah.
Ready. You ready?
His ability.
53. I got one. 1st and 10, it's Ryan.
He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Ready, 280.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
I try not to hit stick because I know it messed me up because I got 0 in, and then they hit me with a move, and then that's all she wrote.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a first down in field goal range already. Now it's Ryan.
Yes.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. So they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range. But boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here we go with Haskins. Forced out to his left. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Haskins to throw. It's caught by Davis. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Throwing now is Haskins.
No!
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up.
Well, you know what? The guy I was going to, he got locked up. So, like, I was just dialed in on him. So I didn't see the guy until the last minute.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now it's Haskins. And this is going to be intercepted.
You got it. Oh, wow.
It's Desmond Trufant. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
No!
It's complete to Jones.
No. And I saw,
really
didn't I
good
see it?
pickup of
That was that
28
pick.
yards.
That was it. And that was a... wow. And that was it. Still got 30.
Ready, 280. 53, check 53. Hey, let's get in that hole.
True.
Here's Ryan. Jones has it. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
General West. You got time. You got time.
Here's Ryan. And this is going to be intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it.
Intercepted. The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
It was.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now it's Haskins. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. He's in! Are you kidding me?
How do you give that
One
up?
of the most improbable ways to finish a game, and they do win it on the final play.
Hey,
Absolute bedlam. You can forget overtime. What a finish, and this crowd in a frenzy.
As well they should be. That's the type of ending that you
it.
actually pay money to see. And when it turns out in your direction, oh yeah, you feel real good about that one. Let's face it, there are a few people who travel to see their team. They're not happy, but